In this movie, we're going to smooth out these badly stroked edges using the Select and Mask command that we saw a few movies ago. Now, the reason these edges look so very bad is because of the soft nature of the layer mask. And to see the layer mask by itself, go ahead and press the Alt key or the Option key on the Mac and click on that layer mask thumbnail, and then you'll see the black portion of the layer mask, which indicates transparency where this layer is concerned, and the white portion that represents opacity. Now, if I go ahead and zoom in, you can see that we have a lot of soft edges, thanks to that smearing that we did with the smudge tool, but we also have a few choppy transitions as well. And so if I go ahead and switch back to the full color image by Alt or Option clicking on this layer mask thumbnail again, you can see that we have soft transitions on the inside edge of the mask, but over here on the outside edge, we've got these globs, which are caused by single pixels of information that are being exaggerated by the stroke effect. All right, so I'm going to zoom out just a little bit here so that we can still take in that wing. And then, in order to make things better, I'm going to go up to the Select menu and choose Select and Mask. And that's going to take me to the Select and Mask workspace, which offers me some different tools over here on the left-hand side of the screen, as well as this big Properties panel on the right side of the screen. Now, you may recall a few movies ago that we changed the view setting here to black and white. Or if this is your first time using this command, you may see this onion skin mode, which is trying to show you both the active layer and the layers below. What we want is on layers. So just go ahead and choose that command, and that's going to show you the standard composite layered view of the image that we were seeing elsewhere inside Photoshop. All right, now I'm going to click off that menu to hide it, and then I'm going to take this smooth value and crank it up. And notice as we increase the smooth value that we get rid of not only the softness on the inside edge of the layer, but also some of the globs on the outside edge. And so in the end, I took that smooth value up to its absolute maximum of 100. Next, what you want to do is increase the contrast of that edge so that we have fewer gray pixels and more black and white ones. And notice just a slight increase in the contrast goes a long way toward getting rid of the soft edges and the blobs. But again, in the end, I went ahead and took this guy up to its maximum of 100%. And you can see that gives us a little bit in the way of jagged transitions, but we're still left with just enough softness to make things look great. All right, now we do have one little problem here, which is that the bird's beak in the background pokes out beyond the stained glass effect. And the way to fix that is to modify the layer mask for that underlying layer as well. And so I'm going to go ahead and click OK in order to apply this effect. And so the problem is this bird layer. Notice if I turn the bird layer off, that little bit of beak goes away. And when I turn it on, it comes back. And so what we need to do is just go ahead and zoom out, which I'm doing by pressing Control-0 or Command-0 on the Mac, and then select this bird layer and reapply those same Select and Mask settings. Or another way to work, just for the sake of variety here, is to go ahead and grab this layer mask, the one that we just got done modifying, and then you want to press the Alt key or the Option key on the Mac and drag it down onto the bird layer. At which point, Photoshop will ask you, are you serious? You really want to replace this layer mask? The answer is yes. So just go ahead and click OK, at which point that little bit of beak right there goes away. So this is before and this is after. Now, the thing is, if we were just working with this bird layer, that would be a bad idea because after all, we're over smoothing its edges. So if all we wanted was this layer, then I wouldn't want to apply the smoothing so that we would have these nice soft transitions on the wing and this nice sharp beak. But because we want to round off those corners inside the stained glass effect, we're better off with this new, and for the sake of this composition, improved effect. After which point, I'll go ahead and turn that top layer back on. All right, and just to give you a sense of what we were able to achieve, these are the bad, chunky, weird edges that we had at the outset of the movie, and these are the new pristine edges. Thanks to our ability to adjust the smoothness and contrast of a layer mask using the Select and Mask workspace here inside the most recent version of Photoshop CC.